Have you ever stopped to think about what your great-great-grandmother would make of your life? I mean, really think about it. Picture her. She probably spent her days fighting to survive. Winters weren't just about cozy sweaters and hot cocoa. They were a battle against freezing to death. Diseases weren't something you Googled. They were a terrifying lottery that could wipe out half your village. Famine wasn't an abstract concept. It was the gnawing emptiness in her stomach, the fear of not knowing where the next meal would come from. She would have prayed, fought, and maybe even killed for the kind of abundance you and I take for granted every single day. Now imagine bringing her here to our time. At first she'd be in awe. The sheer amount of food in a single grocery store would probably make her weep. A hot shower on demand. A home that stays warm with the flick of a switch. Magic. Medicine that can cure infections that were once a death sentence. Miracles. For a little while she'd think she'd arrived in paradise, a utopia her generation could only dream of. She'd look at you, her descendant, and see the result of all her struggles, a life of safety, comfort, and unimaginable ease. But then, after the initial shock wears off, she'd start to watch you. She'd see you hunched over this little glowing rectangle for hours on end. She'd watch your face twist in anger, your fingers flying across a keyboard. She'd ask you what great battle you were fighting, what life-threatening danger had you so consumed. And you'd have to explain that you're arguing with a complete stranger you've never met. Someone who lives thousands of miles away about a political opinion, a celebrity's mistake, or which superhero movie is better. You'd have to explain that this argument, this thing that's stealing your peace and filling you with rage, is about a topic that, in all likelihood, won't matter in 5 years, let alone 5 months or even 5 weeks. Her confusion would be profound. She fought real tigers and you're fighting Twitter trolls. She survived plagues and you're stressed about being left on read. The contrast is so stark it's almost comical, isn't it? It feels like we've traded swords for keyboards and famine for FOMO, the fear of missing out. We have successfully, through centuries of ingenuity, struggle, and sacrifice, eliminated most of the existential threats that haunted humanity for millennia. We've conquered the predators, we've largely tamed hunger, and we've pushed back the darkness of disease. We've built a world so safe and so comfortable that we've run out of real things to fear. So what do? We invented new ones. We created new anxieties, new outrages, new enemies. Our battlefields are now digital comment sections. Our wars are waged over cultural disagreements and perceived slights. We've become so comfortable that we are now fundamentally uncomfortable with comfort itself. We need a struggle. We crave a dragon to slay, and if we can't find a real one, we'll create a phantom one in our minds or on our screens. This has led to a really strange and dangerous state of being for modern humans. We are, by and large, bored, comfortable, and angry. Think about that combination. Boredom creates a vacuum. Comfort makes us soft and removes the immediate need for resilience. And anger gives us a misguided sense of purpose and energy. It's a toxic cocktail. Boredom says, I need something to do. Comfort says, I don't have to do anything difficult. And anger says, I'll make that person online my difficult thing. Our brains, which evolved to scan the horizon for lions, are now scanning our social media feeds for microaggressions. The same fight or flight response that helped our ancestors survive a physical attack is now being triggered by a dissenting opinion. Our nervous systems don't know the difference. The stress hormones, the cortisol, the adrenaline, it all feels the same. We are living in a state of chronic, low-grade warfare with imaginary foes, and it is exhausting us. It's making us sick, anxious, and deeply, deeply unhappy. Look at the world around us. We have more entertainment, more food choices, more information, and more ways to connect than ever before in human history. We should be the happiest, most content generation to have ever lived, but are we? The data on anxiety, depression, and social isolation suggests the opposite. We're connected to thousands of people online but often feel utterly alone. We have access to all the knowledge of the world in our pocket, but we seem to be getting less wise. The problem isn't the technology itself. It's not the internet. It's not social media. Those are just tools. The problem is our unfilled need for meaning. Our great-great-grandmother's meaning was clear and non-negotiable. Survive. Keep your children alive. Get through the winter. Her purpose was written in the harsh realities of her world. We, in our sanitized, air-conditioned lives, have to find our purpose, and many of us are failing. We're outsourcing it to outrage culture. We're letting algorithms decide what we should be angry about today. We're letting the mob dictate our morality. This isn't a call to abandon modern life and go live in a cave. I love my Wi-Fi and my refrigerator as much as anyone, but it is a call for awareness. It's a call to recognize the absurdity of our manufactured struggles. The next time you feel that surge of indignation, that hot flash of anger at a comment online, take a breath. Step back. Ask yourself, would my great-great-grandmother understand this? Is this a real tiger, or is this just a shadow on the wall? Is this battle worthy of my time, my energy, my peace of mind? Most of the time the answer will be no. The real battles of our time are not with strangers online. The real battles are for our attention, for our mental health, for our ability to find genuine connection and meaning in a world that constantly tries to distract us with trivialities. The real challenge is not to find new things to be angry about, but to cultivate gratitude for the peace our ancestors bled for. It's to use this incredible gift of a safe, abundant life to build something real, to connect with people face to face, to learn a skill, to create something beautiful, to help someone in your actual physical community. That's a struggle worthy of our heritage. That's a fight our ancestors would not just understand, but be incredibly proud of. Let's stop being bored, comfortable, and angry. Let's aim for engaged, grateful, and peaceful. It's a choice we have to make every single day. Let's choose to honor the struggles of the past not by inventing new, pointless fights, but by truly appreciating the peace they've given us. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more thoughts on navigating our modern world. I'll see you in the next one.